Okay, it
Glad you
is
guys got to see us.
6:42, and I'll call to order the General Government and Public Safety Committee meeting. Attendance has already been taken. Moving to the Police Department. Sir, anything you want to point out?
Just got a couple of things for personnel. We've got Andrew Powers coming on in the next couple of weeks. He graduates in April, so he'll be on pretty quick. And we've got a part-timer named Blake Mooney, who's a full-timer in Fulton, who's going to also come over and work part-time for us. We just got his stuff back today, so we'll have to do some procedural stuff to get him lined out. And the only other real noticeable thing is we're starting to implement the new platform pistols with the optics on them. We're getting everybody trained up on that, and so we'll be trained up on that hopefully by tomorrow. So.
Okay. Any questions for the Police Department?
We're taking cars home now, aren't we? We're doing, how's that
well,
going?
we're trying to get them up and going, but yeah.
Everything good? The morale good on that?
Yep. We're trying to get them all set up, and we're doing that all in-house, so there's no additional cost for that. So, I mean, it's moving forward.
Moving on to the Fire Department. Matt, I hear you're filling in.
Yeah, I'll take this one too as well. So, yeah, really just your normal medical. We did have a fire call last month with a couple backyard sheds with some extra burning, kind of being the cause of those. Really good responses, really good knockdowns on those. The biggest thing right now that we're working on, especially with the budget moving forward, is to get that ladder fully equipped and fully operational, and get that thing out the door with people getting trained on it, getting all the right equipment. CPR training, got that done, and then I believe, correct me, the medical director contract, I think you guys will see that and maybe vote on that next Monday for that. So Tara's been working on that, getting that done. Let's see. Now as the weather gets a little better, we're getting outside and we've got a lot of new on the fire department, which is a really, really good thing. A lot of young guys that have joined, and so we're trying to get outside and get them used to trucks and pumping and the whole 9 yards, and get everybody up to speed. So, if you guys see trucks out on Thursday nights, that's probably what's taking place. I believe that's it on fire, unless you guys have questions, and I will try to answer.
Any questions? Seeing none, and seeing no other public safety, we'll move on to economic development. The chamber.
Well, Anchorfest is rolling around. It should be here about 7 weeks. And as far as I can tell, everything is moving along, is progressing very well. The chamber is going to be having 3 new positions filled on the board. 2 termed out, and another one chose not to return. So we've got actually 3 people that's interested. So they're obviously going through the voting thing, but all 3 of those positions will be filled. They'll be introduced at the quarterly meeting, which is going to be at the Central Bank. They're hosting the Business After Hours this Wednesday from 5 to 7. And the only other thing is, we had the farmers market this past weekend. We had 12 vendors. I think next time around they're going to have a little bit. They're going to have more vendors. We purchased a banner, which is up at the gazebo right now. We had a lot of comments last year that people would show up and they go, when is the farmers market? It's the 2nd and the 4th of every month. So anyway, we did get the banner, we put it up, so it's up there. We was kind of hoping that there was a possibility we could keep the banner up from April to October, which would give more notice to the farmers market for people coming in to visit in town. They could see the banner and see that we do have a farmers market, and we're hoping by growing the farmers market and everything that it is also working with the other businesses in town to help promote their businesses also. That's the goal. That's the ultimate goal for the farmers market, is to increase revenue for also the storefronts. So that's all I got.
Betty, about the sign. I talked to Ashley a little bit about it when she had asked me about it. The problem that we run into with the sign is if we allow one sign in the park
We
or
have to
on
allow
any
them all.
city property,
We have to allow them all.
we have to allow them all. And it comes to a I'm sure you can imagine there would be issues with some signs that could possibly be requested to be put on city property. I'm not saying that the farmer's market sign would be a bad. It's just we're gonna have to come up with a way to make that work for everybody instead of keeping it up in the park. Like during the event, there's no issues with that, but I just don't know how to make a. Do you guys have any ideas on where we could possibly put the sign? It would have to be near the square so that they know it's in the city square.
Right. Well, originally we was just going to. It's bigger than we had anticipated, and it's on both sides. And we originally planned to just do poles and just put it in on one of the corners as you come in town. But I had Kimberly help me. I said, let's not do that, because if we're going to have to keep taking it down, let's just go ahead and put it on a gazebo, and it fit perfect at the top, and you don't really even notice it, but it is there. So obviously we want to follow the rules of everything, and don't want to create more problems.
Well, let me ask something. When an organization decides to make use of the city square, and they get city permission to use the square, there is normally a fee involved, yes? There is no
We
fee
just don't
involved.
allow signs to be put up on city property.
If the city is invested in making sure that the farmers market work, and if we as a board are invested in making the farmers market work, we could consider making the farmers market a city-sponsored activity, at which point it would be a city-sponsored sign.
I would definitely run that by.
Yeah, if it was a city of Centralia home of the farmers market, and then that to me solves
Something along
that
those lines.
issue. You know,
Making it something where it's actually sponsored by the city, and therefore it's not something that is just anybody putting up a sign. No, we're sponsoring this.
Or it's the city
People
sign.
pay for electricity?
Mhm.
Do people pay for electricity for the farmers market? Do we provide electricity?
Then we're sponsored.
We're sponsoring it. That might be a way.
That
Yeah.
the sign would have to say that we sponsored it,
Yep.
and we'd have to pay for it. So have you guys already paid for the sign? Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that expensive. I mean, I think it was over $100. But
We could reimburse though, if that's what the board's wanting to do.
I could buy you a Sharpie and put that on.
it's a really nice sign. So if you get a chance to look at it, I mean,
I did see. I saw it.
yeah,
on
it's really
Saturday when
kind
I
of cool
went by.
because it's got this gazebo on it
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, the farmers market is. I mean, it's a
I
big
think
deal
it's-
for our community.
I think it is.
And if it grows,
It's
I mean,
important
it'd be,
enough to the community that we could do that, and that way it would be sponsored and legal, and we don't have everything else coming in and trying to slap up their own sign for who knows what.
yeah,
Just thought.
be
Okay.
curious.
I'll check and see what.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything else? No? Any questions? Okay. We'll move on to the park board. The agenda and minutes are in the packet. Anything to discuss? Their budget is in there this time. If you hadn't seen it, so their budget is some of the capital they're going to spend. Okay, moving on to the library board. Agenda and minutes are in the packet. Anything to discuss? Accounts payable for over $12.50 is, looks like page 79. And it's a biggie for the beginning of the year. Any questions? Hearing none, we'll move on. Other general government, we've got, what is this, 7 proclamations?
A vast array of proclamations.
Yep, it's that time of year.
Yep.
You're looking at something.
Oh, just looking at that.
Anything to discuss?
They're actually going to be made next week, right?
I'm sorry.
The proclamations actually be made next week, yes?
So Chris will visit. No, we usually list them in the committee meetings, and then what Chris does is he goes out to each, like for local government, he'll come and
Okay.
do that here. Linemen, he'll go out to the electric department to do that one. Or he'll go out to the park
Well, fair
department.
enough then.
Yep.
Cool beans.
I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.